Hello guys, let's just wait until we have a few more participants. Sorry about delay. Let's wait till we have a few more, then we can start. Hello, guys. You're welcome. Welcome, Daniel. Oluwafemi Brown. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody, to today's training. Abiodun Majolagbe, you're welcome. Abosede Oguyemi, I can see you. You're welcome. And Folawiyo, you're all welcome. You're all welcome. Can you just unmute and say one or two things? I want to be sure you can hear me properly. Is anyone hearing me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Daniel Mensah here. Good morning to you all.
Good morning, Daniel. You're welcome. All the way from Ghana.
Yeah, from Ghana. Yeah. It's exciting to be here because I think Nigerian financial modelers are just great. I've been admiring you guys since, and so I always try to tune into such sessions. So I'm looking forward to an awesome session and learning a lot. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for that comment. I really appreciate it. We are trying our best. Who else wants to say something? Abiodun, how are you? Abiodun Majolagbe, how are you? Folawiyo, how are you? Can you just unmute and say something? Let's hear your voice.
Excellent. Good morning. Sorry, I was trying to leave where I was. Well done for the effort, Shegun. And of course, it's been an exciting learning thrive from your groups, from what you do. I've been part of it. And also to Daniel Mensah, I've always seen what you do also. Well done. Well done. I look forward to, of course, an interesting session. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much. So is there anyone that has been following the training, the series? I know we are just 5 here, but have you seen maybe day 1, 2, or 3? Or are you just jumping into day 4? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? You can also use the chat box, no problem. Just let me know if you've been following the series from day 1, or at least if you watched one of the previous episodes. Hello, are you there? Have you watched at least one of the previous episodes? And if you've not, it's not a problem. Just let me know. Let me have an idea.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, okay, so it was this morning that I opened up one of the videos, the first one, the very first session. But I didn't finish what you're talking about. It's more like portfolio analysis. Yeah, but I didn't finish watching it.
Okay, it's all right. Thank you very much. So I think we just have to start now. Since maybe later on, other people will be joining us. Very quickly, I'll just run you through the few PowerPoint slides I have here. And I'm promising you, we are not going to be reading slides. We are actually going to be working. We're going to get our hands dirty today. So I just have like 5 or 6 slides, and I'll be very quick about it. So as you know, today is the day 4, 12th of November 2022. We started a series that is centered on Microsoft Excel automation. And the idea is to encourage other professionals to be able to automate wherever it is possible within Excel. As much as possible, we should not do we should not do things in a repetitive fashion. Whatever it is that we can do to make our work faster and to make our work efficient, we should be able to do them. So that is exactly the reason why we put together this training. And the first day, I think we concentrated on the use of dynamic Excel formulas like index and match. And the second day, we're able to use some ifs formula, max if, count if, mean if, and we also combine that with lookup formula like the index and match. The third day, what we did majorly was to, even the second day, I introduced people to the concept of cell range naming and how to use that for automation. The last episode was centered on, I think, automating with, what's it called? VBA macro. How to use VBA macro to perform automation and how to generate your list of dates on the fly. This concept is used in SQL. If you're familiar with SQL Server, you will know that there's something they call recursive CTEs, recursive common table expression. We use that in SQL to generate dates array of dates on the fly. In case you don't have a date dimension within your database, you can use that recursive CTE to generate your list of dates. And we did something very, very similar to that, even within Excel. And that was in the third episode. And we're also able to record what we did in macro and then pass the macro function into a button. So at the press of a button, your data could be, your command could be executed and whatever you want could be generated for you. And after then, we were able to perform a little bit of data presentation. So that is just a quick recap about what we've done so far. So today, from day 4 to day 6, we want to deal with a real life project, just as you will have it in a typical multinational company. So we are introducing you now to management, how to perform a group management reports in Excel by still leveraging this automation principle. So this is how the case study looked like. Crystal Trowell is a public company. By the way, I want to just let you know that our company name has changed from Wally Global Consults to Crystal Trowell Limited. So in case you start seeing this name, don't be surprised. It's still the same company. Crystal Trowell is a public company that operates in the manufacturing sector. We are not operating in the manufacturing sector. This is just like, something I cooked up myself. It has 4 other fully owned subsidiaries. You are the group reporting manager, and one of your responsibilities is to prepare a consolidated management account from the reports received from the other business units. The consolidated management account should include year-to-date financial statements for each business unit, monthly financial statements for each business unit, quarterly financial statements for each business unit, half-yearly financial statements for each business unit. So we're going to have like, year-to-date that shows, January plus February. For January, you only have your January financial statement. For February, you have your year-to-date, that is the accumulation of January and February. For March, you have January, February, and March. So that is just what this year-to-date is talking about. So, and we also have a monthly financial statement separate. So that will show each performance on a monthly basis instead of accumulating it over time. Quarterly financial statements, we are also interested in that. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. We are also interested in half-yearly financial statement, that is as at June. What is the company's, that is the group financials look like? And then we have consolidated YTD financial statement, consolidated monthly, quarterly, half-yearly. And then we can also have a dashboard. If time permits, we can have like a summary of all these because it's going to be a very big workbook. We can have a summary of it, and if we have enough time, I can also explain how you can incorporate these or how you can make like a good PowerPoint presentation that you can present to your company's management personnel. So we can have a group out, we can have PowerPoint presentation that shows a summary of everything that we are doing, just as we have it typically in a standard organization. So these are the names of the business units. We have Crystal Trowell, which of course is the parent company, and here are the other subsidiaries: Golden Horn Nigeria Limited, Bright Wings Limited, Silvertail Limited, and Bronze Calves Limited. These are just made up names. Don't be scared by those big names. So day one, today, what we are going to concentrate on today is we're going to lay out our templates. I told you that it's going to be like an extensive workbook, but today we're going to lay out the templates. Some of you might be familiar with how to lay out a model template, but this will just be slightly different. And we are also going to add one or two other automations to it. So nonetheless, if you know how to prepare a standard template, this session will still be very useful to you. So the second day, we are going to import all the financial and perform all our reporting. The business units are going to be sending only profit or loss statement and balance sheet for each of those months. And it's your responsibility to first automate the cash flow statement, and to leave your formula from how do I say it, within that cash flow statement. Anytime the P&L and the balance sheet is uploaded, your cash flow statement should generate itself automatically. And when you go to the individual monthly financial statements, as soon as you are inputting the Y-to-date figures, the monthly financial statement should be generated for each of the business units. The quarterly financial statement should be generated for each of the business units, and also the half-yearly financial statement. In fact, everything should be interwoven. Everything, as long as you're loading in your financials, you should have everything at a go. Now, day 3, we're going to be doing like we're going to be using another dynamic dates methodology to generate our consolidated financial statement, so that if the date change from, let's say today is November to December, then your December consolidated financial statement should be populated. Please, are you understanding what I'm saying? If you're understanding, I just want to have an idea that I'm not talking to myself. You get the concept of what we're trying to achieve, because that is the most important. I want you to understand our objective, then we can then work towards that objective. Any comments so far, or I can move forward? Hello? Can we move ahead?
Yes, hello, sir. Yes, please, you can move on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Okay. So this is me. I believe many of you are already familiar with this face. I'm Segun Adewumi. I have an MBA from one wonderful French university like that. And I also speak both languages fluently. So I also need to chip that in. I speak English and I speak French fluently. I'm the lead technical consultant at Wally Global Consults. I can also be reached via these links here. So let me just quickly run you through what we do. I'm not going to waste your time on this. We prepare business plans for organization or for projects, or if you're a startup that you want to like see how feasible the project will be, we can do that for you. We prepare financial model and valuation. Most times these first two, they go hand in hand. Like many people that consult us, that engages us for this business plan, we also prepare their financial model and valuation, and we do the project appraisal. So we do cloud and on-prem ETL activities, that is extract, transform, and load, because we are also very actively into IT. Probably you've been seeing only me, but actually we have a team. We have a team of professionals that we work together, doing things like ETL activities, data migration activities on AWS and on Microsoft Azure. And we're also into data analysis and visualization, whether you want to visualize the data in Excel, in Power BI, in Tableau, or in Python. we do that for you. We do accounting and financial reporting services, your year-end, month-end close, preparing your management report, management accounts, etc. And of course, in all these areas, we conduct corporate training. Yeah, please, can you please mute yourself? All right. So, and that will be all. So I will just quickly jump into Excel now, and I'm going to be opening a completely new Excel workbook. So hope you can see my screen, people. Hello? Can you see the Excel workbook?
Yes, please, we can.
All right, thank you. So very quickly before I move ahead, I want to ask, do you have any question regarding the 3 classes we've had? Any question that you want me to explain quickly? Does anyone have any question? All right, so let me just assume that no one has questions. So the first thing I want to do now, let me just reduce this ribbon. I don't want to see the ribbon. I hope my Excel will not mess me up today. Okay, let me push that up like that. I want to first remove the grid lines because I don't like seeing grid lines. Okay, so the way you remove grid lines just by going to your view section. I think I'm having some issues in my Excel. When you go to view, then from view, just a moment, I'm having some technical challenges. I'll figure that out very soon. All right. Okay, when you go to the view ribbon, oh my God. Okay, view, from view, then you can uncheck this grid line. And if you want to do that automatically, you can just press Alt-WVG. So the grid lines will be removed. And then the first thing I want to do is that I want to quickly do like I want to create a reporting template, just like a brief template, but we're not going to populate it yet. So we can have here, oh, my Excel is messing up and I don't know why. We can have here the company name. So let me zoom out a little bit. We can have the company name, and then what else? We can have, okay, we can have here the group name. Group name. And then we can have the company name, that is the company that it relates to. Then we can have sheets, work sheets description, or let's say worksheet description. Worksheet description. And then here we can have, let me try to expand this a little bit. We can call this description. And then we can have our units here. Here we have our inputs, if there's going to be any at all. Inputs. We can have something like row average. We can have row total. Row total. And here we can have, let's put it here. Let's say this is our beginning dates, or let's just call it start dates. And here we have end dates. Let me push this up a little bit. Here we have start date and end dates. So like that. And also I want to create a little background so that we use this to customize financial model. Let me bring in one of our logos. So I come here. I bring this logo. So here is the logo of WGC. No. Okay, sorry, I've not, this is not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to bring in the picture first. So I'll bring in this picture. And then what I will do is that I will resize it. Let's just, I'm going to resize the picture. And also I'm going to format it. I'm going to crop it a little bit. So if I come here and I click on my crop, then I'll have to click on the crop again to remove those excess places. So I can make it smaller. And then the next thing I want to do is that I want to make that picture transparent, because if I should put this in the background the way it is like this, it's going to be too shouty and it will cover everything that we're going to do today. So if I click on this, I'll just come to this picture. When you open this format ribbon, and in fact, I haven't highlighted this picture, you can just press your Ctrl+1 and it will bring this format window for you. So we go to the picture formats. So you can see picture transparency, and then we want to put it in 98. I think 98 should be good. Or okay, let's just say 97. Fine. So 97 like that. You can see now that we've been able to fade it out. We made the logo transparent. You will now save this particular picture. So let's just go. So for me, you can save this anyway. I already have this in one of my folder. So just save it back to any folder that you want to store this. Then we then delete. Now I will go to my page layout, this page layout tab. Then I will come to this background. When you click on the background, sorry, I'm having challenge with my Excel, but we can still manage to do something. Background. So you can then browse your file, or if you are bringing it from OneDrive or wherever the source of that document is. So for me, is my file, and this is the transparent picture. I've named it as transparent picture, and automatically you can see that the background has changed. But this will only affect this existing worksheets. So if you want to do that on multiple worksheets, you have to copy this worksheet over and over again. Now, I want to duplicate these worksheets. No, now, I mean, traditionally we just right click, and when you right click your Excel, you will see somewhere that says move or copy. But we are not going to use that. Just when you press your Control key, you can easily move this like this and make a copy of it. Then we want to call these words guide. That is the work. I mean, this is the worksheet that is going to guide everything that we're going to do. So let me delete everything like that. And the first thing we want to talk about under our guide is our model description. You can call it model description. And under this model description, what do you want to do here? Here, to provide information about the company, or let's just call it model content. Yeah, or model details here. So to provide information about the company and this report. So what are the kind of information that you think we may need? Maybe the company name, which is very important. Don't mind me, I'm not this slow, it's because of my Excel, and I've been having the same problem since yesterday. I've not been able to fix it. Company name. What other thing do you think, what else do you think we need? We need country of operation or business location. What do you think we need? We need maybe CEO's name. We have the CEO name. And we can also have the business currency, right? And we can also have, let's say, contact information. And this will include, let's say, the websites, email address, and maybe your telephone number. So let's try to indent this a little bit by pressing your Alt H6. It indents it automatically like that. So Alt H5. Now, another thing is model start dates. We have, do you want to say anything? Is somebody saying anything? All right, fine. Model start dates, period count, can have model end dates. What else? And model objective or report objective. Instead of using model, let's just use reports here. Reports. A period count, a report end dates, reports start dates. So that is the first step. Then the next thing we want to also do is that we need to provide a model cell style. Okay. The cell style will help users to better understand how the cells, will help users to better interact with this report. So what are the kind of cell styles that we need? Number one, we may need title heading 1, title heading 2. We can also have a banner. What else do we need? We need we don't need any input, we don't need any link. We can have our table cell style. Table cell style. Can have percentage cell style. Another thing we may need, let's say, do we need multiples? We don't need multiples. Percentage cell style. So let's just leave it at this for now. And if we need more, we then come back to it. So here we also have model contents. Model contents. Okay. This provides detail of each workbook. This details each sheet in this workbook. Now we're going to have, as I explained to you before, we have our year-to-date, that is YTD financial statements. And then we have what? Monthly financial statements. We should also have our quarterly financial statements. We have half-yearly financial statements. Then after this one, we want to have consolidated financial statements. And the consolidated financial statement will be under each of these heading. So after our consolidated financial statement, we want to have a simple dashboard. Let's just call it dashboard. So the next thing will be list of companies. Okay. We have one, that is, let me just copy it directly from my presentation so that I don't have to type that one again. So I can come here. Okay. So I need to change the color to, let's just use this color. So I'm trying to format that so that we have the same format style. So I can take this one out. I'll take this one out. Take this one out. So I think it's still remaining one, and that is Bronze Calves Limited, right? Oh yeah, Bronze Calves registered by Twins. Bronze Calves. So the last one is Bronze Calves Limited, which we call what? BCL. So I quickly want to ask, how many of you prepare financial statements on a regular basis? Let me know. Do you prepare financial statements in your company, or do you work for a group company? Do you prepare, let's say, maybe the management accounts in your company? Okay, I can see yes. Yeah, interesting. So this might be a little bit, this layout might be a little bit different from what you do, but invariably, it's still the same principle. Still the same principle. So after this, what we're now going to do is that we're going to use our cell style. And what is cell style? How many of you have used this before in Excel? This particular button that is called cell styles. Have you used it before in your financial report, your financial model, or generally when you're working in Excel? Okay, Daniel Mensa has used this before. Interesting. Who else? Who else? Who else? The cell styles. Mutairu said no. You've not used cell style before. Don't worry, you will see it today. Okay, so in case you're not familiar with how to use a cell style, it's another method of bringing efficiency into your work as a finance expert or as a financial reporter, because you can't do a simple task for so long, because your time is also very expensive and the company is paying a lot if you just do routine things. So we can use this cell style to make sure we are faster and we bring efficiency into whatever we are doing. Usually, what most of us do is we come here, we use all these things to style. Maybe we want to bold our, whatever we've done, we want to make it bold, we want to use this italics, we want to underline it, we want to use this border, we want to put in border, we want to change the color, the font color, etc. This is where we usually format our cells. But Excel had also provided us another opportunity to, to make a pre-design of everything you want to do or everything you want to use within a model. You can pre-design everything, and that is why this cell style is very important. So when I click on this cell style, it brings me this additional window, or instead of going that route of coming to home, ribbon, then clicking cell style, when you just press your Alt-J, it will bring that same thing out. Alt-J, it brings it out automatically. So now, we want to first style our title heading 1. And you can see that Excel had already given us an idea of how title heading 1 should look like. So, but we are still going to further do one or two things. We want it to be according to our taste. This Alt-J. So when you right click on that title heading 1 that you want to change the format, then you click on your modify. I'm having serious challenges here. So when you click on your modify, then it brings out this additional window. You can then click on formats. So you must be familiar with this window. That is when you're trying to format your cell in Excel. When you press your Ctrl+1, this is the same window that comes up. So what we need to work on is just the fonts and the border. So let's make the font, since it's our title heading 1, let's make it 14. And let's make it bold like that. We can change the color towards, let's change the color to red. And then we need border for that. Let's use blue border. So it's fine like that. We can then click OK. And here also, we click OK. So when you now come here, oh gosh. Let's just make one more space. When you come here, we can say this is cell, cell style, cell styles, and here we call this one sample. So if you now say title heading 1, let's say we have our A, B, C, D, E, and all you just need to do is to click Alt-J again to bring out that window, and then click your heading 1. So it already gives you how heading 1 will look like in the entire report. So the next thing we're going to do is our title heading 2. So let's go back to that cell style. Then you come to our heading 2, you modify. It's also going to be just font and border. So you come to your font. Let's change this one to blue. I'm interested in blue color this time around. You can do whatever pleases you actually. Then let's make this one Arial. So you can do anything you want there. So here, let's use this as the border, and it's fine. So you can change, you can decide to make the border around the cell, around that particular cell. You can just try to browse through this place, try to interact with this particular cell style. So when we now come here, we say the same A, B, C. Okay, A, B, C, D, E. So our cell style 2. This is how it's going to look like. But I will even prefer I make that a little bit smaller. Let's format it, come to font, then make it smaller. Okay, this should be smaller than this. Okay, 12 is fine. All right, so let's make our banner now. Alt-J. So we can create a banner. I don't think, okay. Let's just, you can also create a new cell style apart from just trying to modify existing ones. You can create new cell style. So we can come here. Please, do you know anything I can do to stop this Excel from disturbing me like this? We call this banner. If you have a suggestion, please let me know. Banner, so all we need is just the border. I mean the fill. We don't need anything apart from the fill. So we uncheck other things. Then you click on your formats. You come to fill. We want to fill our banner with, let's say, this color. Fine. And I think we might also need the fonts. Let's use white. Let's use white. So we can then say, or let's just choose this 12. And then, okay, the font have been checked. So the banner sample will just come here. Okay, let's say A, B, C as we've been doing before. So we put our banner sample. That is it. That is how the banner will look like. Then table cell style is just, it just follows the same content, I mean the same concept, and I'll be fast here. Just make sure you pay attention to what I'm doing. Alt AG to bring out our cell style. Alt AG. So we want to create a table cell style, but we don't have that before now. So we're just going to create a new one, table style. Then what are we going to be needing? We are only going to need the border. We're going to need the border. Yeah, so we can format that. So when you go to, I can see. So when you go to border like this, let's say we want to use, let's just try to change the color to make it fanciful. And then we want this as our border. Fine. So whenever we have a table, that is how it's going to look like. Excel is messing me up. So A, B, C, D as usual, Alt AG, then you put your table cell style. It's already here. And finally, percentage cell style, Alt AG. Do we have a percentage cell style already? So here is it. You can decide to modify it. And you come here. We might also be needing the fonts. Percentage cell style font. Let's make it 12. No, as we've been doing before. Then we can come to the, do we need border? No, we are going to adjust the number. So when we come here, you can customize your percentage. Maybe you want to put additional decimal place there. So fine. So this is how all the percentages is going to look like. So we can have on, okay, let's just say 1% as a sample. Let's say 1, and then you come this way. You put it in your percentage cell style, which is here. So let's say 1. So that is how our cells are going to be formatted. So that means here we can put our banner here, Alt AG. Let's put banner to make it look beautiful. Is that fine? Then also, let me expand this column a little bit. We can also put this into our table. You can see that now. And here also, let's put everything here into our table. Alt AG, table. So let's try to respond to everything here. This one is asking for the company name. Let's use our Crystal Trowell Limited. What is the location? Lagos, Nigeria. What is the CEO's name? You can put your name there. I'll put my own name this time around. Segun John Adewumi. What is the business currency? The business currency is in Naira. I'll change that to the logo because I don't work with Naira like this. Contact information. The first thing, you can put your website, email address, telephone number, and then report start date should be 1st of January 2022. And the period count should be 1 month. So we can format that to month. If you press your Ctrl+1, it will bring out that same, this same cell format window. And then you can then customize that. So when you come to this general, you can do something like this, 0, then put this in quotation. You can put month this way. Or let me just use small letter Ultra. So you can see that I'm having 1 month. Do you understand? Please, if you have any question, don't hesitate to pause me. Just let me know. I think there's a question. Try to close unused Excel cells. Let me see. All right, I have a very heavy one here. Okay, I think that is right. Okay, so I can also close this out. Let's see if we have a better performance. So report end date, let's say, let's just stop at August. That will be 1/8/2022. So we can format this, so that we can have a better presentation. Press your Ctrl+1. So how do you format your date? We want to show the day, the day, the month, and the year, like this. Do I have it already? Okay, no, I don't have it. So click OK. You can see that it's formatting it as 1st of January 2022. And then we can paint it so that we have the same thing here. So what is this objective? Report objective. So develop an automated group financial report pack. So let's just say that. So you may have a different objective, just put it there. Age, what would that be? HW. So one thing I want to tell you is that try to learn how to use shortcuts. It's very, very important. It makes your work faster. Now we've done that. So we can put this one in the first cell style. Let's put it in our heading 1 cell style. And this one we'll put it in our narration. Do I have cell style for narration? Okay, not yet. So I can include narration here. Narration, or what should I call it? Description, no. Okay, let me just put narration so I can change it later. So let's quickly design a cell style for that. So let's use explanation, modify, and it's only going to affect the fonts. So I want it to show me, okay, font size 11, italics, and I need it to be Arial. So that is fine. So even if you have this, our A, B, C, D, we can put it in that same explanatory cell style. And we can call this one explanatory cell style. So we come here, we put it, this one that we are trying to provide further information, that will be under our explanatory cell style. We use our explanatory cell style here. Here. And we come to this other one, put it in our heading 1 cell style. You can see how fast this is. And we don't need to do this over and over again in this workbook. We will just call on that cell style. What we've already styled, we just call on it, and it makes our life better. So heading 1, this one also, our explanatory cell style. And if somebody should just call me later, I'll tell you something now. Let me just quickly complete this. Heading 1, explanatory, And these also we can, no, let's just leave this one like that. So this will be what's heading 1. And here we don't have any explanation. Let's just try to put Alt H. Let's say Alt HIR. So let's call this one business unit. And this one we call this one what? We call this acronym. So we can put this in our banner. And then let's call this one so that we make life easy for ourselves. CTP. This one will be GHNL. So I already put the acronym. So we have BWL, we have STL and BCL. So I want to remove all this. Remove all this. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. And we also remove this. Okay, fine. So if we go up here, company. Okay. So in case somebody now calls me, maybe my manager, for those of us just joining the class, how do we get the video recording? Don't worry, the video is being recorded. I'm going to forward it to everyone that participated in today's class. Now, if my manager calls me that I don't like this red color, that is too shouty, it doesn't look professional, or for whatever reason, that I should go and change it. If I change it and I come here, I will have to, I use the cell style here. You know, we have to change everything one after the other. Change this one, then come to the second one, change the font color, come to the third one, change the font color, and then change it throughout the model. Maybe the model is 100 worksheets, and you know how many times that is repeated within the worksheets. It's going to take you a painful long time before you can do this. Don't worry, your email address is going to be captured as long as you registered before you attended this class. Your email address has been captured automatically. Don't worry, you received the video. And I'm talking to Emmanuel Etim. So let's now try to modify this our title heading 1 cell style. So you can come here at AJ, then title heading 1. Let's change it to green. I'll still revert to this one. So let's just change it to this color. And then click OK. You can see that everything has changed to green. Even when you go down, everything is now green, and it's going to reflect everywhere that you have used that cell style so that you don't have to repeat it over and over again. So let's switch back to our red color. So I beg your pardon in case you don't like red color. So when you're doing your own, when you're trying to prepare your own templates, you can use any color you desire. So now we've been able to, we have our model guide. We have our model guide. This is how to prepare the model guide. Anybody that wants to pick up these financial reports and want to understand how you have structured your things, how the cell styles look like, and what's the additional information regarding this business, regarding this company, the person can just come here. So here, I want everything to go to the left. I'll just press my Alt H AL. So it's take everything to the left. Then we can come back to our report worksheets. What is the company name? The group name. We can come here and pick it from here. The group name, where are you? So that is Crystal Trowell PLC. Then what is the company name? So we can just still pick the same Crystal Trowell. At least you're talking about the group company now. So something else I want to do is that I want to add, I want to get something like this. Let me just write it out. Crystal Trowell PLC financial, year to date, or let me just say YTD financial statements. But I don't want to type it out just like this. So I'm going to say concat. I don't know if you are aware of this formula in Excel. Concat. What concat is simply saying is that it's going to concatenate. There's something that's called concatenation. If you're into programming, concatenation is a way of bringing whether string to string or string to number by adding them together. So let me quickly check what this person is saying. How do we contact you for further details? Okay, don't worry. When you listen to this video again, you're going to see my contact information, including my telephone number. And probably if I remember, if you can remind me before we end this session, I will also share my contact details with you. So I want to say concats. Concats, that is to concatenate. And what are the parameters that you're going to pass in? You can see that Excel is trying to help us now. This thing that you are seeing below here is called IntelliSense. IntelliSense will guide you on the parameters that you're going to feed into your function. So it's saying, what's the text one? The text one is coming from our guide, and that is Crystal Trowell. Fine. So, sorry, let me take that again. Coming from guide. All right. Concats. Text one is here from guide, and text two. We want the text. The next thing we want to do is I want to pass in YTD. But before we pass in YTD, we need to create a little space. So you do that by just pressing your inverted commas or quotation, and you put a space in between it. Another thing you're going to do is that you now press your comma, then you can bring in your YTD by also putting it in inverted commas, YTD. Then after the YTD, you also want to create a space, another inverted comma. We use inverted commas to create a space because Excel will recognize space as text. That is why it's saying text one, text two, text three, text four. You're still recognizing it as what? As a text. So we create additional space like that. Sorry, my internet just messed me up there. Okay, please, do you understand up to this point, ladies and gentlemen? Do you understand what we are doing up to this point? In case you have any question, please let me know. So another way of doing this same thing, I will actually recommend that you use this concat formula, but you can also just use your ampersand. Ampersand is what we call the and symbol. You can use this because in programming, we use this to merge two things together or two strings. So you can say, let's go to the guide worksheet and we pick this crystal trowel. You can then say, and then you put a space using your quotation marks, then another hand. After that one, you can then type in your words, YTD, and then another hand. Then you can put your space again. You have another space, and again. Then you can then type your financial statements. So we should be having exactly the same thing. Is that understood? Maybe you want to look at the formula again. Let me just open it up for you. So in case you want to check out the formulas again, this is it. The first crystal trowel that we are picking from the guide worksheet. Then to create a space between crystal trowel and YTD, use another quotation mark, put space in between. Then you type your YTD, putting it in quotation marks. Then another, just like this. I believe by the time you receive this workbook, or am I going to send it to you? No. By the time you watch this video again, you'll be able to understand. And I also want to open this first one up so that you can see it very well. Fine. So I will delete this .adr to delete like that. So I can now put this in my, no, I'm not going to use heading. Okay, should I use heading 1? Okay, before that, let me just quickly write out, let me generate my dates, start dates, and here is what, end dates. So what should be our start date? We already have it. Okay, let's just say end date here. Should be this start dates. Should be start date -1. So that will give us 31st December 2021. So this report start dates -1 will give us, last year ending date. So -1. And you can see we can format this as date by pressing your Ctrl+1 to bring out this window. Then you format as dates. So we can create a different date format. We can create a different date format. The one we have here is this, but we want another one that just shows a month and the day and the year. Month, then year. Fine. No, not like that. Months, okay, it should be months, then year. So this is just giving us December 2021. And when we now come here, we can say this our date here, this date here, +1. So we are adding 1 day to that date here. So it's going to give us our January 2022. And even if we open it up, if we use a longer date format, we're going to see that it's going to give us 1st of January 2022. So that is one. Now we want to get the ending of that particular month. If you were following our previous videos, I explained how to get the end of a particular month. So if you don't understand, just quickly go back to, I think, day 1 or day 2, just check it out. You're going to see it. So we're going to use our EOM formula, which is the end of month formula. The first parameter end of month function is asking us is what is the start date? We're using this January as a start date. And by how many months do you want to go forward or go backward? By just, let's say you want to go by -2, -1. What do you think that this will give us? That is, we're going backward into the previous month by -1. So if this is January 2022, it's going to take us to December 2021. There is it. Let's format it at age FP, and then I bring this out. So this is giving us December 2021. But if peradventure we go forward by 1 month, this will give us February 2022, because it's going to count 1 month after the start month. So this is going to give us February 2022. But what we are interested in is the current month. And we're going to say the number of months should be 0 because we are interested in our current month. So that is it. That will give us December 2022. So to confirm that, I will just show you this. And that is it, 31st December 2022. So you can then copy all these up to December 2022. This is up to 31st December 2022. So we have our start date and we also have our end date. So we can also generate our, let's say, what is the year? What is the year? This now we can say, we can use the year formula in Excel. Year is asking for just a single parameter, and that is year. And it will give us as 2021. The other ones should give us 2022. So that is it. Let me read some of our comments now. Okay, somebody is saying, please give us the workbook to aid practice. No, I will not give you this workbook. I will only give you the workbook after the 3 sessions are ended. When we are done with this whole thing, then I will share the workbook with you. But for now, I'm not going to give you this workbook. I want you to go back to the video and try to do this by yourself. You know, practice makes perfect. When you do it 2, 3, 4 times, you realize that you'll be designing powerful model templates up and down. So let's say this should be in our heading 1 cell style. You can use heading 1 here. And just here, okay, let's just put this one in heading 2, heading 2. And I would have wanted this, my heading 1 to be bigger than my heading 2. What is happening? Let me just try to check that out again. Modify. Fonts. This one is in 14. Fine. I'll put my heading 2 in 12. Okay. On AJ, heading 2. Modify. This one is in 12. What was this? This is Arial. Okay, let me check. Maybe it's the format that I'm using. Or AJ. I want everything to be in Arial. Okay, this is actually because this one is Calibri. Arial. So I should have something better now. All right. So all these ones here, let's just put it in our, let's make it something like this so that they don't stand out too much. We don't want them to stand out. Okay, fine. So we can call this one what? CTP year to date, right? Can call this CTP year to date. Then we can copy these multiple times. By when you press down your control key, you can try to move this, move it. Since we have 5 companies, we're going to do it for 5. So the second company is what? The second company is Golden On Nigeria Limited, GHNL. This will be GHNL. And then we're going to do something similar here. We're going to bring this one from the model guide. And this one too, you can just come directly here. Just highlight this, go to the model guide and pick it up. So automatically you're having your Golden On Nigeria Limited YTD financial statements. So let's go to the next one. Next one is what? Bright Wings Limited. That will be WL. So we want to pick this from the model guide, Brightwings Limited. And then we can also pick this from there. Brightwings Limited, so fine. Brightwings Limited, YTD. So we'll just quickly do everything like that. The next one is what? That is Silvertail Limited, STL. And then we'll take this out. So you know everything is still, okay, I think I made a mistake. Everything should remain Crystal Trowell. Everything should remain because the first one represents the group name. The first one represents the group name. Should be this way. And then even this should be Crystal Trowell. Let's leave it like that. The only thing we need to change is just this one. We come to the guide and then Silvertail, then Bronze Cows, BCL. Let's have our BCL, BCL. And then we come here, we try to edit that formula and then bring our BCL. So is that fine? Is that okay? Any question? All right, so the next thing we want to do now is to create this same workbook for the monthly. You know, the one, I mean, what we've done now is just the YTD. Let's decide to color code it so that we can be able to separate one from the other. So we can call these, let's color code all these ones as well. Let's use, no, I want something deeper so that, let's use this green color. So we can actually highlight everything, I believe. We can highlight everything like this and then apply the color like this. So that is for all the YTDs. Then to do the, I mean, for the monthly financials, as I've highlighted everything like this, you can also move all at once. You can move all at once. Sorry, why is it not working? It should work. Then move all. Oh no. Okay. So that means sorry, I'm trying to see why I cannot move everything all at once. Yeah. Okay. Oh no. Just a moment. I don't know why. I should be able to move everything at once. Okay, so in case that is not working, we're just going to copy it one after the other. Let's say this one here and this one here. Let's just copy one. Let's design let's rename these as what? Crystal Trowell Limited. And this one will be the monthly financial statement. And then we come here. The only thing we're going to change is just by typing here monthly. So, and I think this is good enough. So the next one will be what? Guide. Some things are already hidden. What is going on? Did I delete anything? Wow. Wow. And I did not hide anything. All right, I think an error had been committed, but you just have to quickly go back to that. This one will be YTD. Okay, let me make a copy of this. All right, make a copy of this like this, and I call this on my YTD because I can't find it again, YTD. maybe I mistakenly deleted or something, I don't know. So, and this BW true, so it's remaining one last one. That should be GHNL YTD. All right, let me just make a copy of it. And that should be GHNL. Okay, so we have for YTD for each of the months, and then what we wanted to achieve is for the monthly one, this one will just be CTL month, and the other one will be just M here. And we have BWL, and the next one will be what? The next one will be STL. Next one will be STL, because the way you arrange your worksheet actually matters. You can easily navigate. So from here, let me just try to change that color code to something blue so that we can know very quickly that we are talking about the months. So after that one, we have our GHNL. GHNL. And the last one will be what? The last one will be BCL. BCL. So this will now represent our monthly financial statement. So something else you can just do to still make everything stand out. From here to here, this is the first quarter. Let's see. This is the first quarter. Let's just try to fill it with a different, let's fill it with this, and we call it what? Quarter one. You can also highlight everything like this, press Ctrl+1, then do a kind of alignment instead of merging cell. This is the alternative. You don't actually need to come like this and say, okay, I copy it. I highlighted everything like that, and then I merge. No, this is not very good in financial model. So what you can do alternatively, when you highlight everything like this, press your Ctrl+1 to format that cell, and then you come to alignments. You then do center across selection and click OK. So that is it. You can copy the same thing to the second quarter, and then call this quarter 2. Let's try to change let's change this field to something like this. And then quarter 3, let's call this quarter 3. Then we can also have our alignment. Then fill that up with a different color. Yeah, I think I'm taking a long time now than anticipated, but we'll soon be done. At least for this session, then we now complete the session later.
Oh, sorry, you're muted.
Okay. Please, where did I stop? Like, what last did you hear? Did you see the way I copied all these dates like this? I mean, that I formatted all this across all the worksheets.
The quarter.
Yeah, did you see the way I formatted everything across the worksheets?
I think I did. Just
Okay,
that
so
I didn't.
what I was just trying to explain is that
you didn't say. Yeah.
okay, I can't hear what you're saying clearly, but what I'm trying to say is that you can actually select all the worksheets and format everything at once. You can format the cells at once. Like now I have, okay, I need to, this one shouldn't be bad. Okay. You can select everything like this. And then format everything all at once. So this should be Q1, Q2, Q3, and here should be Q4. So you can change it, and whatever change I'm making here is going to affect all the worksheets. So let's say we're going back to just one of them. This, you can see that this one has been changed to Q4, and when you go here, this one also has been changed to Q4. So we want to work on our quarterly financials. So we say this minus, this plus 1 to give us our January. And then here we want to have only March. We want to have March. And also, okay, even before that one, let's just try to do something. I want to bring this down a little bit. Alt HIR. Then I can copy this one. Okay. Control R. I copy this up like that. And then I want to have here my business units. My business units. Then I can say from here to here, we have 5 business units. Then we can use our transpose function and come to our model guide, scroll down. We can highlight everything at once. And when you click on your Control Shift altogether, press your Control Shift altogether and click, and press Enter. So everything will be filled automatically. So if you don't get that, I can still go over it again. Do you understand? Is anybody lost?
Yes, I didn't quite catch that.
Okay, you didn't catch that. Someone else, Abayomi, did you get that? Abayomi Sulaimon. Abisola Oluwa Olawoyin. Who else doesn't understand that thing I just did? Hello? Abosede said she gets it. Oh, interesting. Fine. Let me just delete everything again. The transpose function is used to convert rows to column and column to rows. For instance, if I have this 2012, 2013, and 2014, and I want it to appear like this, 2012, 2013, and 2014. I want it like this, but I don't want to type it one after the other. Let's say I have like maybe 100 of this. So it's going to take a lot of time. So the first thing you do is that you highlight to the number of items you want to transpose and then say equals to transpose. Then you now select everything, Shift, Control, and then Enter. So that is it. So it's the same thing that you want to do for the rows. Let's say we are highlighting everything like this and we are saying transpose. We want to convert from column to rows now. We highlight these 3, Control, Shift, Enter. You got it now? So the same strategy is what we're going to apply here for the business units. We can just pick it one after the other. It doesn't matter. it's not, there's no big, and in fact, you can even type it. We're going to say transpose, then go to our guide, highlight it like that. Then we have what we're looking for. So this will represent the first quarter. Now, to get the date for first quarter, because I want March ending date to reflect in all these three, because that is the first quarter actually. So you can say end of months. If you remember what I was explaining the other time, that the number of month parameter that we pass, for instance, if we have a start dates and it's asking us for the number of months. So if we pass in 2 here, it's going to give us ending of March. Alt H FP. Alt H FP. And then I format like that. Alt H OI. So you can see now that we are having our ending of March. So now, let's just, so this, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix this like this so that I read this. Oh no, this now I'm going to approach it. So if I have ending of March here, and this gets to I'm looking at, okay, we have to like add code some of these things. So if I want to have March here. So if this is February, okay. I don't need this start dates. Let me just remove this line. Let me remove this line, Alt HDR. So I have my end dates. So this one will be 31st of December. So I can apply this same formula by saying end of month, EOM. This is my start date at 1st of December. And then I want to increase it by 3. So I can have my ending of March up to this point. Alt HOI. Oh no. Alt HOI. We open it up like that. Then I can come to the next one. That is, we're going to the next quarter. So highlight the 5 as you've done it before. Then use your transpose. Come to guide. You know, if you are doing this on your own, it shouldn't take you so long because you would have understood what you're going to do. Then this one we can still borrow from this same formula. I want to be a little bit fast so that I don't waste a lot of your time. So here, I'm going to fix this. Let me fix this like this beginning one, and then copy to this place. So everything is now 31st of March. And from here, I can still borrow the same, I can borrow the same formula and call this 6. So this one will give me my 30th of June, which is the end of the second quarter. And then I still want to use this transpose formula. Okay, I have to highlight everything like this to get to my third quarter, and then say transpose. Go to your guide, transpose everything, then click on your OK. You can see why this thing is highlighting like this is because I didn't press my Control Shift very well. So, but for now, let's just leave it because of time. Let's copy this and then change this to 9. And lastly, we can highlight this, the 5 of them, and say transpose, come to your model guide, highlight everything, Control Shift, then enter. So you can see that it's not showing that silky stuff. So here, we're going to increase it by 12. So we should have our 31st December like that. Alt HOI is what I use to open up the cells. So let's try to extend this to the last place here, Alt HJ, and we can put it in our heading 1 cell style. So another thing I want to do is that I want to do my quarter counts to tell me that, okay, this one is quarter one, quarter one, quarter one, quarter one. And then when I get to June, it will tell me quarter two, quarter two, quarter two. Are you there? Does anyone understand how to do this in Excel? Like how to return, like here, I want to have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and here 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I know we have Excel Guru here. Please help me. And here we have 4, 4, 4, 4. So instead of typing it out like that, what is the alternative in Excel? Okay, Aminat is saying yes. Do you want to try? What function are we going to use? Please unmute yourself and talk to us, Aminat. Let me check someone else. Mr. Kazim, how are we going to achieve this in Excel? Mutairu, Rafiat, Richard, Semil, Aziz, any idea? Any idea? We are all advanced Excel users, so don't form my hand. I know you can do this. Maybe you are shy. Yeah? So let's call these quarter counts. And here we can just call this quarterly date or something like that. Quarter count. So nobody is answering us. We just have to do something. So there's something in Excel that's called month. Month function is asking me for the serial. It's asking me for this. So it's going to generate me that month. And this is falling under what? Month 3. So that means that if we divide this 3 by another 3, what will that give us? It will give us 1. And when we now come here also, we want to use the same formula. And if we divide this by 6, if we divide this 6 by 3, by that same 3, it will give us 2. And if we come here to September, if we divide that September by, this 9 by 3, it should give us what? It should give us 3. So that is the idea. We're going to pass that month function into our roundup function. We're going to say roundup is asking us for a roundup number. So this roundup number is where we're going to pass our month function. By now saying month, what is the serial number? The serial number is here. So you remember that that month function would have generated us what? 3. And that 3 divided by 3. And then what is the number of digits we want? Just 0. It should give us our month, our quarter 1. So even when you scroll to the end of this sheet and you do like this, you can see now that December is giving us what? It's saying that we are in quarter 4. September is saying that we are in quarter 3. And June is saying we are in quarter 2. March is saying we are in quarter 1. That is the end of quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. Any comment to that? So to make this look more beautiful, we can format that cell and then try to, let me just type quarter 1. I will also need to put it in these inverted commas and say quarter like this. So this is how you format that cell. And then when you click equals, you can see everything is now saying quarter 1, and then quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. So in order to quickly identify where we are, let's use, okay, I think we still need the half yearly count. Let's just leave this here. Okay, I'll prefer to put this below. Put this below, and then we can have our half yearly counts. Half yearly count. So we don't have to repeat this process when we start our automation. It's going to make everything we are doing faster. So I beg your pardon, today is just like that because we are trying to lay out the template. Half yearly counts will be here. So I'll come back with this half yearly counts in a little bit. So here we can highlight. Okay, we can call this quarter 1. Quarter 1. And then that same thing we did the last time, you should know this by now. Let's try to select across like that. Click OK. Let's format it with, let's use this color code here. We can even make this white. And fine. This one will be what? Q2. So we can also do that same thing. So let's choose this. Q3. 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 Okay. Just watch me do this. And then finally, we have our Q4. Q4. We also want to highlight, center across selection, and then let's use this green. So that's it. So we can, instead of trying to know where Q2 is, we can just quickly go to Q3 because we already identify it with this color. That is just exactly what we are trying to do. So I will come back and put our half yearly counts here in just a little bit. So finally, we're going to create our half yearly worksheets. Half yearly. Half yearly. So it's going to follow similar logic, but this time around we need just 2. So we can say this one should increase up to 6 by 6 months. Then you can have it up to June like that. And then from this place, we can say it should increase by 12 months so that we can have it up to December. So now we have our half yearly information. So everything like this, we can just clear that out. You can go to your formula. Is it formula or data? I want to show you how to clear it out all at once. Data. And then, where is that again? I can't even remember. Formula, check, clear. Okay, there's a little button where you can clear everything at once. I don't know where to find it again. So I can say corner. So what we can do, so now we want to make this half yearly instead of this quarter count. We need the half yearly count here. So we can just say, how do we achieve this? We are still going to use that our round up function. Round up, number of months. This is 6. But this time around, we're going to divide by what? We're going to divide by 6. Instead of dividing by 3, we're going to divide by 6. Number of digits within our round up function, we want just 0 digits. So we can close that and we have our 1. When we take everything to the right, it's going to give us half year 1 and half year 2. We can highlight everything and format the cell. And we need our half year formats. We can just say half year. Let's make it short like that. And then put 0 here. So we can have half year 1, half year 2, and half year 3. Actually here, we don't need these our monthly counts, but let's just leave it there. So here will be what? Half year 1, or first half year, if you like, depending on how you want to do it. First half year. And this one would be what's our second half year. Or let's see, second half year. Okay, so that is that. Then we now need to like link that here. This is our half year from January, for both March and June. I just want us to link it from here. We can fix that so that it doesn't move. And let's use the same formats as we have before. We already have it in our list of formatted cells. We can see the half year. So it's still here. You can then copy up to second quarter. And then we pick for the second half year. We pick it from here, half year 2. And then we try to fix that one. Let's use the same formats. So we can copy up to December. So we are going, this thing that we are doing here, both this quarter and half yearly, we are going to be needing these things powerfully in order to perform our automation. But that is going to happen in our next class. So any question up to now, okay, to clear all formulas, press F5, click special, click formula, and okay. This will highlight all cells with formulas, then click delete. Yeah, you're correct. Thank you very much for that. And in fact, apart from going that long routes, there's actually, okay, this is what I'm looking for is here. This clear all, it will delete everything. For instance, you have 1, 2, 3, you have this. And you want to delete everything, you can just highlight and come to your home ribbon and then clear all. So that is what I was actually looking for. But thank you also for that idea that you provided. So any question now, we are going to be ending today's session here. And in the next session, that is the day 2, we're going to demystify and perform a number of automations, and you're going to love it. Any question up to this point, ladies and gentlemen? Please unmute yourself. I want to, in fact, if you can also show your picture, your video, I would like it. Liz, can you show your video? Unmute yourself. Let us see you. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, so how has it been with you?
So far, so good. I'm following keenly.
Okay. So do you enjoy the class so far? And is there any question?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the class. I'm actually building on my knowledge in Excel.
All right, interesting.
Yeah.
So someone else, any question, any comments? I think we are still like 15 here, so let's have 1 or 2 comments before we end the class.
Yes,
hello. Hello, who is talking, please?
Yes. Okay, so
Daniel, I
yeah,
think your internet is for,
yes,
you have problem with your internet. Daniel, please, can you just send us, can you just send a message about the box? Send us a message. Your internet is not clear.
Okay.
Don't worry, I will read it out. You can just send us a message. Who else want to tell us something? I want to hear from Aminat. You've been very active in today's class. I want to hear from you. What is your opinion? Is this just bread and butter that you've been doing before? Because you've been preparing powerful financial reports in the past. Aminat.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
The session was really impactful, though I've not been used to a bit complex financial model like this. What I do is just financial model for a single project to secure loan and the likes, not for a group like this. So it's really impactful for me.
Okay, thank you very much. One thing I just want us to do before we leave is that I want us to agree on when to have the next class. If you're available tomorrow, fine. And that will be in the evening, or maybe on Monday. I'm also available on Monday. So let me have your availability. Hello?
Well, for me, any day is fine with me, especially after work. It's
After
okay
work
with me.
time. Interesting. So that means that we can even organize this thing after work.
Yeah, that is fine by me. I don't know for the others.
So how about the others? After work. No, I have an engagement throughout next week after work. But are you available on Monday? Is anybody available on Monday? Monday morning, afternoon, like that. I know most of us are going to work, but we're talking about 2 hours. Anyway, what I'm trying to avoid is I don't want to give a long distance, because next weekend I'm already fixed for something, and let's say we are now building on this in the next 2 weeks. I think that will be too long a time. So tomorrow, who is available tomorrow? Is tomorrow okay? Tomorrow evening, around 6 p.m. Hello? So on this note, we are just going to end this session, and I will communicate the time to you appropriately. Thank you very much, and have a nice weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Fine.